back here at home and the aftermath of that record-setting rainstorm in Toronto yesterday. Roughly a month's worth of rain fell in about 3 hours on Tuesday, causing chaos and flooding across Canada's biggest city.
I was driving and the car just stuck because it's like so much water. It's so deep.
I'm waiting it out. I saw 2 or 3 cars stuck, and then I pulled over because I don't want to get stuck either or bog out my engine.
This is what Mom and I are stuck in.
Flash flooding closed down 2 of the city's major arteries, the Don Valley Parkway and Lakeshore Boulevard, as dozens of vehicles and their occupants became trapped by rapidly rising water. Toronto Fire says they responded to nearly 1,700 calls for service, and they rescued more than 20 people. Let's bring in CP24's Beatrice Vaisman now with more. Bea, just set the scene for us. How bad was it yesterday, and what's the cleanup looking like today?
It's a stark difference, Marcia. I mean, 12 hours ago, this major artery, and we're standing on a bridge overpass over the Don Valley Parkway, one of the major ways to get in and out of the downtown core, and it looked like a brown river. So let's show our viewers. There's a river here just to the west of the highway. So this river, thanks to this record rainfall, the water levels surged, spilling on to this portion of the Don Valley Parkway. So all of these lanes, all of them were just covered with water. It looked like a brown swimming pool here, just an extension of the Don River. And so the challenge was, as you alluded to, is the fact that some of these drivers, as they were kind of making their way either north or south along this major artery, they underestimated what the water level would be like. They drove in, their vehicles got stuck. And obviously that's when panic mode sets in. Some of the vehicles started filling up with water. So drivers and any of their passengers in their car got out, some of them sitting on top of their roof and ultimately waiting for fire crews to rescue them. Here in this specific area, there was about a dozen people that had to be rescued by fire officials as well, thankfully. And this is an awesome thing to be able to say. There were no injuries reported as a result of this rainfall, but you can see the highway open. The second artery, the Gardiner Expressway, both of them opening just in time for the morning commute in and out of the city. So that's good news. But if you notice, the roads are still brown here, Marcia. The highway is still brown because of the water from the river, the debris causing mud buildup across the highway, and then crews worked all night long to get rid of the mud. But there is tremendous dust, and as we stand up here on the bridge, choking on the dust from the Don Valley Parkway, there's no question that something out of our human control happened, that it was Mother Nature's wrath that took over here along the Don Valley Parkway. We talked this morning to Mayor Olivia Chow as well about the city's response to this flooding, this rainfall, and here's what she told us.
Climate change is real, and in fact, we've seen data that tells us these kind of huge rainstorm are going to double in number within 15 years. So it's not just how prepared we are, as what kind of work we need to do to prepare in order to prevent it.
And the rainfall caused tremendous power outages across the city as well. Keep in mind, not every portion of the city was equally hit. In the west part of Toronto, we were told by the city manager this morning, 100 millimeters of rain fell. It knocked out power to about 165,000 customers across the city. As of this morning, there's still about 3,000 without power. But along with that, it knocked out not only people's homes and the power there, but traffic lights as well. I traveled less than 4 kilometers from our station to my home yesterday. It took me 2 hours. That's how slow it was between the power outages and some of the roads being flooded. It was a real challenge navigating around the city yesterday, Marcia, and then some people today still dealing with the very real challenges of having their homes or their basements flooded because of just this torrential downpour that we saw yesterday.
Yeah, hard to put into words just how devastating it was, and so crazy. We're used to big weather events in the winter, but certainly not in the middle of July like this one. Has that same sort of feeling to it. Beatrice, we're glad you're okay. Get off the bridge where all the dust is. Appreciate you and your crew hitting with us this morning on the aftermath of the storm.